That's the sound of drums playing drums. Damn, that's a cool patch. Not because I made it, it's cool despite the fact that I made it. Yeah. Listen to those singing bowls. I really wish you could save the presets in the drum synth. I mean, I can save my patch, but I can't adjust them in any way. But it's fine. It is what it is. Lord knows I've relied way too heavily on the presets in the first place, which you can see these guys haven't even changed at all. Sounds cool, but we got something new to do today. This is Father Moo. We're in church. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting the stream. We got a small but loyal crowd. We passed 100 subscribers on the weekend. And you have no idea how happy it makes me to see that. I may not sound happy right now, but trust me, I am. Yeah. So what's the theme of today's patch, Father Moon? Well, that is a great question. I'm so glad that you asked that question. And the theme of today's patch is slow. Boom. How you like them BPMs. Not only is the BPM for this one going to be slow and low, but yes, I'm actually going to divide that clock before I use it. Yes, I know, I'm crazy. But that's the way it's got to be sometimes. There we go. So, let's make some voices. This is going to be a melodic patch. It's still going to have all the... In fact, it's going to probably end up looking like a Berlin School patch if you didn't listen to it, and if you only looked at the modules on the screen. That's starting to look like one of my standards, right? But it's not going to be that simple. That's a little too easy. So all I'm going to say is it's going to be arranged like a Berlin School patch, but I don't think it's going to sound like one by any stretch of the imagination. And how many voices are we going to get? Well, I'm probably going to skip drums for this because when you go this slow, drums don't really apply. So let's aim for 3 voices here and see how far we get. In fact, I'm going to do something wacky right at the beginning. I'm going to pre-allocate my processing power and drop a stereo chorus at 9.1% into the mix right away. Because I want these notes to be melodic, and I want them to be slow, and I want them to be playing in the same key, but I also want to give them this sort of warmth or wobbliness that the chorus can provide. So here we've got another, I think we're going to do square wave today. We're going to use this weird vocal filter before we get to the classic low pass filter. So since we want to be able to hear what the vocal one is doing, let's just open up the frequency on this bad boy. And he's going to need an envelope. I think I'll start, does it make any sense to do this? I'll start with this one for now. I know this is the short envelope or the usually done for quicker stuff, but it's fine. I don't mind. I'll get there. I will get there. So there's our sequence. You can see moving nice and slow. Our note sequence. We're going to do what you've seen me do before here and drop in a key quantizer after this and cut his range in half because the default is too big. Feed some positively motivated notes in there and send that to the pitch input. Then I'm going to click some buttons in the event sequencer so you can have a chance to play. And I'm going to randomize this. As part of my approach to weirdness, let's just try making another clock divider and running the note sequencer even slower than we run the event sequencer. As I said, slow is the name of the game. You've probably heard in a lot of my patches, if I have a bunch of random 16 steps on here, and then I plug in the 16 notes on here, just hitting one quote-unquote note, you'll actually hear two, because before the time the decay has ended, the sequencer has moved on to another note. So I'm trying to avoid that here by running the sequencer more slowly. I don't know if it'll be 2 or 4, but whatever it ends up... Oh, I guess they're both on 2 right now, aren't they? So this one should be 4. And yeah, we'll just see how that... We'll see if that works out the way I intended. So we should get some notes now. Or shortly. Here we go. There it is. Let's give him a nice decay time. Before we start messing with the filters, let's get our sequencing going. It's sounding good. It's slow, and the notes aren't really changing too much. They're just taking that whole apparatus and copied it. I'm going to remove a couple notes from here. I'm going to re-randomize this. And I'm going to divide this one by 8 instead of 4 and connect to the main clock again. And I'm going to make another voice. I'm sure I could make a better voice than what I've done so far. I mean, I can make this more interesting, but we'll just wait for that for a sec. Let's just wait. Let's use a classic low-pass filter. And I'm going to, since amazingly this simple envelope worked, so let's copy it. Keeps our processing costs low. Oh, remember that you are hearing the chorusing on this as well, so that's helping with the sound. And let's give this guy channel 2. So they'll be triggering notes off the same event sequencer at the same clock. We didn't get anything in that first round. Maybe it's this guy's fault. And I think I want to open this up to like 24 steps. Let's try 26 just to be weird. So that's the other note there. A little bit thinner sounding. Let's give him his random sequence. Is it running? Am I missing a clock here? Oh yeah, it's running. See, there's step 14 is lit up. And I just moved to 15. Yeah, he's got his own note now. This is good. I know that when I adjust the timbre of this Formant OSC, I need to go real slow, or it'll sound all buzzy and annoying. It's pretty cool. Since I'm going for only 3 voices, I'm going to drop a phaser in here just to be nuts. I'm going to go through the phaser before I go through the filter. Which is unusual to say the least. Cool. Gonna need some more randomness. So I made this mixer just mostly to save power, but let's send some weirdness out to the fans in the crowd here. I want to adjust the vowels. Cool. Now we're talking. So that randomness is sweeping through the different parameters at this point and making them all odd. Give this guy a bit of variation too. Why not? Yeah, that seems fine. There was a pause there because he was going through the steps that don't have any steps, the extra 10 at the end. 10 seems like too many. What if we took it to 23? I was about to go for a third melodic voice at this time, but my ear is telling me to add something like noisy and lo-fi as kind of like a cloud in the background. So I think I'm gonna try that. That is not what I need right now. I'm just gonna use the clock pattern generator to make that cloud trigger. I don't know why I put it over there. Let's put it here. So I will definitely need a digitizer. But what should the source be? You'd think it would be white noise or some variation on noise. Don't write me any letters. Should probably be multi-mode filtered. Can we get away with static? Maybe. Let's band pass it. I think I want to put the envelope before I put the digitizer. Since we're doing so well with these little envelopes, let's keep going. So we got noise, bandpass filter, envelope, and digitizer. The digitizer will need to be set very carefully, to put it mildly. We got this very, very slow one. This one seems to be running awfully fast. Let's take him down a bit. And we'll use this, as we said, to trigger. Yeah. Maybe we want a unclocked random step generator here. Do not take a shot. Yeah, that's what we want. Actually, I kind of don't want it to sound like white noise, so I'm going to take it down lower and then have even the variation here, it will never get up to max, so the sample rate will never be maxed out. It'll always be real dusty and crunchy. I can barely hear it now. This will be neat with a pad behind it in a later composition. I don't think I have the... Oh my gosh, could I sneak in the sign bank? Maybe I can kill something else to get the sign bank. Okay. I went over. As much as I like the phaser, let's kill the phaser to get a sign bank instead. Plug this into here. See if we're still sounding something like good. So the sign bank will let us have a pad, basically. Let's clean this up. There's voice 2. Here's voice 3 in a strict sense. This is the processing of 2. And this is the processing of 3. And here's voice 4. So we're going to use these 6 sine waves to be chords that complement the notes that are coming out of here. I think the easiest way to do that, and I'm sometimes lazy, is to change. We're playing in the key of C here. So let's change the notes so that they're in the key of E. And I think this one, yeah. So that will sit better with the default tuning of the sign bank. And with my 9% left, good thing I still put that chorus in the beginning. I lost the phaser, but I can live with it. It wasn't affecting the sound that much. Let's start with a simple envelope, and we'll see if we can make him more interesting later. Oh, we ran out of mixer inputs, so we will need 8 input mixer. Feed to the chorus. Let's do voice 1, voice 2. Oops, it didn't connect. Voice 3 is the noise. And voice 4. Let's give the noise a little more headroom here. He's so quiet when he's being quiet. Just tweaking the noise a little bit there. Okay, I'm going to get these cables out of the way so I can see what's going on. Just killed the blues. So here we are at the sign bank. You're going to have to tune it so that it sounds good. I guess we'll start. We'll use a similar pattern gen approach for triggering him. We'll give him different patterns though. There he is. Let's just mute the 2 melodies while we're tuning him up. There he is. That's our chordy boy. Sounds boring now, but just give me a second. Cool. So with my limited processing power left, I made a copy of my random generators. I'm going to change their settings. And then I'm going to feed them to the amplitude modulation of the inputs so that the various octaves fade in and out randomly. There, you can hear it happening now. There we go. I left one of them out just so because it's the root, so it can just always sort of be there. My only issue is the notes are happening too often. So I'm going to take this. I'll start with this 4 times divided clock. Use that to feed the pattern instead. This could be risky, but let's patch it anyway to see what happens. Oh, it's muted. This is syncing with this guy now. I don't think that's really what I want. I've used up all my... What if I kill these guys and just make another control mixer instead for weird randomness. Yep. And now I've got a little bit of processing power back, and I may be able to buy myself a wave wrapper. See what that sounds like. Because remember, they're all sine waves, and wave wrapper loves to munch on a sine wave. Let's bring the other voices back in. That's the wave wrapping. I don't know if I like it, but let's give it a chance. Nice and bassy. I almost wonder if I'm getting the noise cloud too often now as well. I think I want to take... He was clocked to the normal clock. This is his pattern generator. I remember, don't worry. Even if you don't, it's okay. I'm going to take the divided clock for him as well. It's all about slowness. Actually, just to be funny, let's dial up the tempo and see what we get. That's interesting. I like that. Gosh, now I don't know what to do. Let's dial it back down to 24 again. Remember, 88 was the other one. For making a song, I kind of feel like I want to go to 88 again. Let's make it 90. And maybe these guys being divided by 4 need to be divided by 8 instead. Just because we want to give everything space. Let's try that. It's just so weird, but I like it. I like it better at this speed. I gotta do what's right. My goal was to be slow, but when I turned it up, it just sounded more musical. Isn't that neat now? Maybe I should modulate the Yeah. Keep the cloud from getting too loud. I've got... maybe I can have a floor to that. This is that same velocity problem from before. Control... Signal mixer, yeah, that's 0.16%. And a constant costs me nothing. So let's do that. Let's give him a constant of 21. And then feed this is a unclocked random step generator. And this is feeding the volume of the sine banks amp. So it means sometimes he'll just be quieter. Even if he gets to trigger, he won't be as loud as he planned to be. Oh, 6.3 seconds, it seems like too long. Yeah. Sounding good to me, man. Too cool. So let's save it. And in my tradition of having bad patch names, I'm going to name this one the 64th. It's not slow. Exclamation mark. Because it's not. But it is good. I'd rather be good than slow. So I'm going to do it. Sorry, Rune Vocoder. That looks like it's it for me today from the church. That's a fun one, man. Fun to be surprised by. Think how smart you are and be proved wrong by your own synth. Well, look at this. He was on square wave mode the whole time. I never even fed the pulse width modulator. It's an oversight. Let's feed him a nice slow one. That sounds good, man. 64 slots filled. Coming up to 99 soon enough. Please keep on streaming and keep on listening. It's always great to bring this to you. It's great to have listeners. It's great to have fans. And I appreciate everybody for their comments and everything else they have to say. You can be negative. I can handle it. It's okay. You can say I thought that patch was dumb. But yeah, let us know what you think, and like and subscribe or don't. It's kind of your call in the end. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up things here. I don't know why I like it to be pretty. Remember, you can get all these patches from the streaming patch archive in the Google Drive link. If you can't find it, ask me for it. But appreciate you all tuning in. This has been Father Moo. It is not slow. Church out.